But yeah, so right now the big problem, I think, is just this complete lack of offense, right? Doing, yeah, like this isn't anything. This doesn't do it. In this, yeah, yes. Low risk, no reward. Exactly. Perfect way to put it there, Azure. Well done. This is low risk, and in this game, apparently not zero risk either. I understand why you're doing this, because you're hitting a plus button into, sometimes you go and throw them. The problem is you're missing like the other two halves, or the other two thirds, I guess, of that pie chart, right? You have to think about, with everything on your offense, you have to think about, why am I doing this? And I think you do have an idea with 5U. I think your idea is, I don't want to throw them right now. I'm just going to push myself back to a safe distance and try and find like a counter hit or an RVS or something like that to get in, right? But that's not really offense, right? That is not threatening at all to your opponent. You're just putting yourself back to neutral. Yeah, giving up your turn. You're putting yourself back to neutral and then hoping you can just win again. All right, folks, we are back for more Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising Action 4 here. More replay review. Keep it on, keep it on. We're going to try and fit into this one as well, though that might be tough because both of them are kind of long, the two that are, upcoming right here. So you've got Rayon right here asking for feedback on Zeta gameplay. Losing the corner / bad at neutral. By the way, guys, September 3rd. We're in a new month. We're almost there. We're technically not 2 months behind anymore. Let's go. Okay. Not bad. I mean, on YouTube, like on the VOD watcher side, we probably are, but right now it's October 29th. So technically, I'm like 56 days behind. It's not that bad. But yes. So there's a lot here. There's a lot of them here. So what I think I'm gonna do, because probably there's probably going to be like enough to glean just from these. I think I'm gonna look at these 5 because they're each like 1-2 minute match each. I'm just gonna kind of let them play. Give my thoughts as we go, and then if I feel like there's any patterns, we can talk about them, right? But I gotta try not to pause these too much, just because again, we do wanna. I wanna try and get through these in a reasonably quick fashion without just like, obviously I'm not gonna try and skip through anything either. I want to give the best advice that I can. So real quick though, before I don't pause for a bit, as always, right, with the replay reviews, I say at the beginning of every video because it's a good idea as a good like layer 1. If you're watching your own reviews, your own replays, you don't know what to look for, getting hit. Losing your turn. Great place to start. If you never get hit and you never lose your turn, you will win every game you play. So minimizing those occurrences is really good. You can also find patterns in your play that way if you get hit the same way multiple times or something. Otherwise, this is Zeta, obviously. So as far as we talk about being the aggressor, being the defender in different matchups, unfortunately, especially post-patch, this is actually not. Is this... Actually, where are these replays from? I'm not... We'll know right away if he hits an Iscariot or something. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain where... Also, we're gonna start with this one. I lied because I didn't realize this one was higher up. Never mind. So Versuja, same kind of idea. You probably do want to go in and kill this lady, right? Yeah, probably don't want to go run at her and kill this lady in this matchup, because if you let her stand over there and get set up and get the stock and all that, she can start like jump scaring in on you without letting you get your and making her jump scare safe and all that. So a little bit of an aggressive mindset might not be a horrible idea here. Zeta's got some pretty nice pressure as well. Obviously, I mean, Zeta's got some decent normals and a fireball and stuff like that too. You can keep her away, but the character definitely does her best work when she's right on top of you like this. Okay, sure. Bit of a combo drop there, I think, but it's okay. Okay. Yeah, these are not punishable, but it's good that you're taking your turn back every time. It's a little risky, but sure. I mean, you caught a backdash. It sort of worked out. I like the throw. You're ending in 5U a lot. I understand that the point is, it keeps you spaced and safe, like you're -2 and spaced or something like that. Hey, yo, where her skirt at? Don't worry about it too much. I like the throw part of your game plan right here. I like the pogos too. Yeah, good. Pogo into another overhead right there. People are, especially at S rank, people should probably have a bit of a hard time actually dealing with pogo. They won't quite know when they have to 2H or when they have to mash on it or things like this, or This a Voss color on Zeta? Maybe? Yeah, you might be right, actually. It does look like the default Voss colors, doesn't it? Okay, sure. Little combo here. A couple drops in those combos, though. Again, I feel like I've been talking about this a lot recently, right? But I mean, you're throwing a lot, but I feel like you're not doing a lot of other stuff on your offense so far. It seems like right away, the first thing I'm noticing is you're either... Yeah, also, you're doing that a lot, too. You're doing, EX Spear of Arves. This is not a neutral tool, right? I mean, it can be, but, I think you're kind of defaulting to that as a get-in option, and I mean sometimes you got hit out of it. You actually got a lot of hits on the Versuja with it, but it's a little bit more risky than it's being shown to be right here, I think. Versuja has her whole versus Sussy out, I suppose, yeah. But yeah, right now you're either throwing or ending in 5U, and I'm not so sure that's the best thing you should be doing right there. Okay, brave counter. like the dash L. Yeah, like a lot of this. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a good. Wait, also, I thought you were less minus than that. I thought Zeta was supposed to be like -2 or something and spaced out off her 5U. They changed that in the patch or something? I'm pretty sure this is post-patch Zeta gameplay, right? It's this thing. It's this thing right here, right? It's -2. It must be because you didn't hit him with all the hits. There's a certain mod installed. Oh, I see. What's going on, Swifty? Yeah, maybe you didn't hit him with all the hits, which is why you were so minus right there. But again, you're ending your block strings in like that 5U pretty much every single time, and I'm not quite sure that you need to be doing that. Apparently, it's not even safe from certain spacings, but it just doesn't do anything, right? It puts absolutely no pressure on your opponent at all. Today, the worst thing almost happened. YouTube Premium expired. Let's get it again. Thoughts? Yeah, like this 5U, man, is not the way. I'm seeing a problem, certainly. Like using Pogo every now and then, I like that, right? Yeah, I think your problem is you don't know how to, like, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, now I 6XL'd or I 4L'd. I have no safe way to get in on them right now. Might as well do the safe thing in this 5U. But all that does, it means you have literally no offensive pressure whatsoever, right? You need to, again, I talk about it very often, but it tends to be one of the things people do struggle with, right? There is that even before getting into, like, you know, Zeta specific nonsense, there is that very universal thing that everyone can do off a plus frame. You can go plus frame into throw, which you do sometime. You can do plus frame into frame trap, or you can do plus frame into shimmy if you want to catch a throw, or a delayed close H. You want to catch a different throw bait, but don't worry about that too much. Right? How long till SF6? Like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. Probably start around 8. But yeah, so right now the big problem I think is just this complete lack of offense, right? Doing, yeah, like this isn't anything. This doesn't do it. In this, yeah, yes. Low risk, no reward. Exactly. Perfect way to put it there, Azur. Well done. This is low risk, and in this game, apparently not zero risk either. Sweet man, been learning tons of you, and you destroyed my friend in a recent vid. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Good games to them, whoever they were. Glad to hear you've been finding the content useful as well. But this is just, he doesn't do anything. And in fact, I thought this was always safe. I guess if you don't hit them with all of the hits, you're not like just -2. You got punished by Versuta 2M here too. So this might even be like low to medium risk, no reward. I'm gonna keep going because I wanna make sure we can get everything through here. If I may ask, should throwing opponents be a tool to condition them for a shimmy so you can get a greater reward by hitting them, if that makes sense? In a way, Oki, primarily the big thing with throw is that you can't block it. If that makes sense. Throw, the fundamental point of offense, of throw in offense, is that it means you can't just down back. Because think about it. There's Granblue Fantasy versus Rising, that's correct, yeah. Think about it, Oki. If you don't throw, there's not that much actual high-low mix in this game. And exactly, yes, you got it exactly right, Oki. There's not that much high-low mix, and there's no left-right mix. So if you don't throw, the opponent can just down back, and you don't do anything. So it more so forces the opponents to pick an option on defense. Now, you can then, because you're throwing them, you can then, yes, you can condition them to get, you know, to shimmy them, or if they're delay teching with a strike, you can close H them. It's better than shimmying. But did I get the game as a Guilty Gear player at all? Yeah, I mean, Granblue's a weird, it is pretty fun. It's also free. I don't know, I think it's still also half off right now. When Vakala dropped, they put it on a half-off sale. There's a free version, Swifty. If you want to try it out, there's a free version you can download. They don't advertise it well enough at all. But you can get the game for free. You can only play like a couple of characters. You get like Gran, like, you know, the I guess the soul of the game, sort of, and like, you know, 3 different characters for free each week that rotate. But if you want to on Steam, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So if you want to get the game for free, you can certainly try it. And if you like it, it's half off for like another 5 days or something. November 5th. Yeah. So. That's fine. It's good to try out at least. Yeah. I enjoy the game a great deal. I also played Guilty Gear before. This is kind of like a weird. It's like a weird middle ground between like anime games and like Street Fighter almost. Like you can't air block in this game, and anti-airs kill you, and neutral is actually kind of important, but at the same time, everyone's doing crazy shit and flying around the screen and having plus on block neutral skips and stuff like that, right? So it's a nice sort of middle ground between like really crazy anime shit and like, you know, more grounded games like Street Fighter, I suppose. But yeah. So we'll talk about the offense in a little bit more detail here as we go on. But so far that's the big thing I'm noticing, Rayon. I think otherwise he's doing like okay-ish. I can obviously talk about aggressor and defender in matchups. Lucy, especially post-patch, everyone is the aggressor against Lucy, because Lucy is just the best defensive character in the game. Because if you let Lucy sit there and defend for long enough, he becomes a top 1 in his own tier, Blade level 5 Lucy. So, a bit more structured since specials go on cooldown. That too, yeah. So it's post-match, yeah. You saw the Iscariot give him the meter right there. So true. I mean, this was, I don't really, I want to see what happened here. Sometimes you just go in the corner and die, but I'm kind of curious about, I think you got counter hit a lot to know. Are you just like mashing here? He's minus there, that's good. Okay, sure, here we go. You mashed on Wake Up right there. Got clipped by Tessera, sure. And then you mashed here, yeah. I think on defense, I'm seeing a bit of a, I'm gonna guess Lucy is Lucilius, that's correct. You're spot on. And you mash on Wake Up again right here, I think, right? Yeah, okay, I mean, I will say, right, think about it from your perspective as someone who, like, maybe you don't realize this, but, like, you, for example, like, Rayon, you have a bit of a problem, like, opening people up on offense, right? And I just mentioned, as I was talking to Oki right there, dang, he looks good. Lucy is quite strong, yeah, Lucy is one of the better characters in the game, no doubt. Looks like they're trying to Rhapsody? Oh, maybe. Are they trying to do manual input DP? Maybe. That could be the case. But regardless, as a person who has trouble opening people up on your offense, and like I just mentioned, there's not that much mix in this game. Blocking is actually pretty damn good in this video game. I know it sounds like it is actually, you have to get quite creative, and that's why almost all the replay reviews that I do, I end up talking to someone about, oh, you need to do X or Y or Z on your offense, because this is actually a quite defensively minded game. As scary as offense is, outside of like some very oppressive top tiers, it's actually quite hard to run like really long, consistent offense in this game, especially with Brave Counter being a thing. So don't be afraid to block. Like you have to get pretty creative on offense just to beat a guy down backing. You don't have to mash on Wake Up every time. In fact, this game is very, if like Street Fighter is the punish, like you get rewards when you punish people with punish them, this is the game where you get the most reward on counter hit, right? So mashing and getting counter hit is really scary in this video game. Your yapping is so comforting. Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't want to block, you can just BC, but honestly just block it out. Yeah, I mean, worst case is BC, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you're getting counter hit a lot here, man. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I think you're just like here. I mean, here to be fair, you tried to check him, but you're a little bit late on reacting to him walking in on you. So that just happens, sure. So far, we haven't really seen your offense a lot here, but it's nice. So I want to look at all the replays, because kind of it shows like a bit of a defensive problem that you have, I think. Jump back Arbest, sure. Good conversion. Would you recommend anyone for a new player? I'm going to get into this game, I think. The nice thing about this game, Swifty, is no one is that hard. Even, like, the hard characters in this game are not, like... There's no, like, BlazBlue characters in this video game, right? So, like... And also, even in BlazBlue, whatever character you think looks coolest, play them. But, like, really in Granblue, I can say with, like, confidence, whoever you think looks cool, play them, because no character is, like, super-duper crazy difficult. Gran is good, sure, yeah, Gran is, like, again, he's Ryu, he's Soul, right? But, like... Really just play any character you want in this game. The complexity of this game does not come usually from, like, understanding how to pilot your character, for the most part, right? Good DP block, by the way. Who do you play in Guilty Gear? Okay, I can give you based on who you play in Guilty Gear, I can give you a recommendation for that, right? Oh, well, that clashes with JL's? Interesting. Okay, fine. He's minus there. You figured that out. Again, this 5U thing, though, right? Okay, we're going to talk about this. If you've watched the replay reviews at this point, you know what I'm about to say, but we'll talk about it. I want to watch the rest of the replays first. Bridget? Ooh, that's a unique one. Bridget. Yeah, Kag, probably. I'm not as familiar with Bridget. Bridget, I didn't play as much Strive once Bridget came out, but I think she's a set play character, right? Don't forget Fairy. Depth of strategy and decision-making in Granblue? Yeah, I mean, as it is in every fighting game, but again, yeah, like, it's more, like, characters are not... Yeah, I don't know. Cagliostro could be interesting to you then, yeah. Kag is our resident cute girl set play character, who is also like a fucking demon from hell sent to kill you. So you might look up Cagliostro. Out. Okay. More of like a Bridget and Abba? Yeah, you play unique characters, sicko characters for weirdos. I see you. I see your vibe. Yeah, Kag's not a horrible choice, I don't think. Ow. If you like set play characters, anyway. Why not recommend Vikala? Oh, yeah, true. I mean, yeah, true. She's new. She's DLC, is the one thing. So that works, too. Yeah, so I think more so in this replay was more of a like, it's kind of a matching on defense issue. I'm just gonna keep trying to move along here so you can get through stuff in a decent time. This is some interesting neutral. It's you know, there's not a lot of patience, but it happens. It happens. I'm trying to just like watch all like 4 of these and then see if I can figure out any patterns and then talk about them all like holistically once you get to the end here. The combo freedom? Oh, Cat could do some funny stuff for sure. The ease. What in the? Yeah, there's some visual mods installed here certainly. Kag is also in free rotation right now. There you go. Avatar is cool combos. Yeah. I mean, Avatar is your like Chip Akuma kind of character. Except he straight up. I guess who spends their own health in the game? I don't think anyone spends it outside of, like Naga. I don't think anyone spends their own health in Guilty Gear, right? Am I forgetting someone? Okay. Let me go back to the beginning here and focus up a little bit more. I found Abba easier for people Maker to be. He looks cool. Naga and that's it? Yeah. So, kind of a different idea, but... Yeah, Abel is your, like, Chip character, but he also spends his own health for even more damage and craziness. Okay. This is very much like Cat is kind of like going to play this very defensive game and try to kill you off a single touch, right? So it's a little bit hard. You have to find your way in on her safely. So even more than normal in this matchup, you really don't want to be doing this. Because what this does is, this does not reset you to neutral anymore. This resets you to Kag advantage, or Cat's advantage, right? Like, Cat likes this, like, kind of mid-range more than you do here. So I think you really want to, like, this is one of the places where when you get your offensive turn, you really don't want to make it count. I like the throws. Like, you are throwing. I like the throws, right? Again, we're gonna talk about something that I've mentioned a couple times here. I do want to just get to the end, but again, you know, it's that universal offensive structure that you're not really using too much of right now, I think. I'm gonna, just for the sake of time here, this guy, I did yap for a little longer than I thought. I'm just gonna do some 1.5 times speed Granblue real quick. Don't you guys worry. I'm processing this. You guys can just sit there and listen to me yap. If this is a little bit too fast for you, the 1.5 times should be, I think that's doable for most people. What the fuck? You can do that? I didn't even know you could do that. You could, I guess, makes sense. You can 2H her out of that part of the super. Sure, yeah. Why not? I start my nursing assistant job next week. Yeah, Miyato, that's cool. Good luck with that. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, yeah, sure. DP'd. Understandable. Gotcha. Yeah, jump Arvest definitely better than this like raw EX Arvest in neutral, right? You can at least catch people out doing some stuff there. Getting Catalina, understandable. Yeah. Your combos are doing okay, I think, though your corner combos could use a little bit of work to not get dropped quite as often, right? You don't have to simplify them a bit, like find something you can hit a little bit more consistently. Because you're dropping the ender on your corner combos most of the time. Good anti-airs, I mean, for real. You really do have, like, this really is, like, yeah, you have one or two, like, glaring issues, I think, that if you fix them are going to help you a lot. Like, a lot. Less time for Granblue, though? Fair. Okay, last one we're going to watch is, this is a Versuja? Let's do this. I still have no idea how to fight Zoe. Okay, this will be the last one we watch for now. Also, I'll put it on double speed. Don't mind me. Trust me, I'm looking through all this. Don't you worry. I'm processing all this. I'm trying to see if anything new gets shown to me here, right? Sure, fine. Yeah, I'm a little bit mashing on defense again there. A little bit more patient in this one again. Yeah, jumping Arvest is not a horrible idea. I think you're doing that. Like, you're doing all that a lot more and a lot less just like the grounded EX Arvest. Good air to air, sure. Again, you're throwing a good amount. There's that 5U again though. Rhapsody, you got to pick the option out of it though. Can be a little bit weird with multi-hits, I know, but yeah, okay, that is air unblockable. Understanding. That speed made that ending look smooth as fuck. There's no way I said I guess Zoe's specific advice, but I forgot how to play her. Yeah, the thing is though, with Rayon here, their problem is not anything matchup specific. We're going to talk about it in a little bit here, but the problem is certainly not anything matchup specific. Yeah. Let's try to see if anything else. The reason I'm like going through on double speed here is that I know what I'm going to say already. I just want to see if anything else jumps out at me. And it doesn't look like it so far. There's one like gigantic issue basically that's been showing up throughout all of the videos. Okay. I mean, yeah, this is the dragon stuff is tough, certainly, right? I mean, if they're doing this over and over, by the way, you can jumping Arvest this, right? If they're just throwing dragon, obviously laser will kill you there, but again, that's, it's a bit of RPS in that sense. Yeah, if they're just throwing the dragon over and over, you can't like jump over it and do stuff, or like even roll through it or something like that. In general, you want to roll or spot dodge projectiles, not just block them, right? But okay, so I think that's definitely enough for me to sort of like develop an idea of at least the biggest problem that you have, I think, Rayon, and it is, and this again, something we talk about a lot. Song right now, I'm excited. I hope you enjoy it, Swift. I hope you enjoy it. So the biggest thing, and if we just go like any random time step, I'll find it here pretty soon, I think. Right? There you go. Yeah, exactly. This right here. I understand why you're doing this, because you clearly have an idea of what you like. You have some idea with your offense, in the sense that you are like you're hitting a plus button into, sometimes you go and throw them. The problem is you're missing like the other two halves of that, or the other 2/3, I guess, of that pie chart, right? You understand that you want to kill them. Is this an input fighting game? There are simple inputs for everything if you want there to be. There are inputs, but there are also simple inputs. You can't, well, Fred probably can't hear me, but thank you, Fred. I hope you're doing well. Sorry about your Twitch bugging out. But there, so plus frame with the throw is one thing. I talked about this a lot in the last video too, and a lot of them, but you know, offense tends to be what people tend to, I see struggling with a lot more here. And in your case, it is by far the biggest problem with your gameplay, right? Is if you do, you know, far L, or a close cell or something, you can throw them, and that's good that you do that, or you can hit them again, right? So think about it, like, again, on a fundamental level, people are either going to block or mash. That is, like, they have two choices on defense. They either do nothing, or they do something aggressive. And in the simplest manner, that is, they're going to block or they're going to mash. And ignoring, like, DPs and special stuff like that for a second, right? So, if they block, you throw them. What do you do about the other half? Your offense does nothing about the rest of it, right? Close L into 5U like this, like we said earlier, it's low risk, no reward, right? I got them to make sure I like it. Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it, Swifty. But yeah, it does nothing. Like, you have to think about, with everything on your offense, you have to think about, why am I doing this? Even if it doesn't work, even if you guess wrong, even if like you run up and you like backdash, shimmy them, but they don't throw tech and they kill you instead. You had an idea there. You had a point to what you're doing. You were trying to bait a throw tech and kill them. What is, I think, the idea, and I think you do have an idea with 5U. I think your idea is, I don't want to throw them right now. I'm just going to push myself back to a safe distance and try and find like a counter hit or an RVS or something like that to get in, right? But that's not really offense, right? That is not threatening at all to your opponents. You're just putting yourself back to neutral. Yeah, giving up your turn. You're putting yourself back to neutral and then hoping you can just win again. Is controller compatible? Yeah, I play on controller. So, instead, to be what your options are, again, as I say universally, every character in the game, without exception, can do plus frame, aka close L or 6XL usually, into throw, which you do, into another plus frame button, like another close L if you're close enough, or another dash L, you know, something like that, or into a frame trap, right? So, the point is, the frame traps, if you go plus frame into, like, you know, close L, close H, most characters can do, right? That'll catch them mashing. Or you can do, you know, if you can do close L throw to catch them blocking. Sorry, I'm really talking. Don't worry about it, man. I hope you enjoy the game. But yeah, so either close L into throw, catch them if they're just blocking, right? And close L into another plus frame, catch them if they're respecting you too much and blocking. It extends your turn if they're blocking for too much, right? And then the other part of that is throw baiting. Because, again, throw is so important that, like, and throw teching is so good in this game, you can tech by mashing a button too, that you can, baiting out these throw techs is very important. And there's two ways to do that. If they're teching by hitting the throw button and getting like the good gray tech, then you can backdash and bait that and kill them because it has a lot of whiff recovery, right? Or, I mean, in your you can have your own special throw baits, like Zeta can jump up and URVS, right? Run up, jump URVS, and kill them. Or if they're teching with a close L or a 2L or something, those buttons don't have a lot of recovery, but they have more startup than close H, and they don't have priority over close H, like throw does. Don't worry about what that means necessarily, but the point is, close H's are going to counter hit and kill those like light buttons they might be mashing much more often. So again, for review, right now you are doing one of 4 parts of offense. You are doing plus frame into throw. You're missing plus frame into more plus frame, stagger pressure, to get them impatient, right? So let's well, again, real quick. This is one of the most this is the big problem with your offense. I'm gonna with your whole game. So I'm gonna take it in a little bit more detail here. Throws make them not want to block. Stagger pressure makes them want to mash because you're leaving gaps in your offense, right? So you see that, and then frame traps punish them for mashing. So stagger pressure and frame traps are inherently synergistic, right? Throws make them not want to block and make them want to throw tech, and then throw baits punish them for throw teching. You see this kind of like two groups. Stagger pressure and frame traps are kind of like together because stagger pressure makes them want to mash because you just like keep them blocking forever, and then frame traps punish them for mashing. Throws make them want to throw tech, and then throw baits punish them for throw teching, right? So you want to do all 4 of those to an extent. And I just talked about with an S++, you don't want to be like just like rotating through them. At your level, you can just rotate through them. You can just go, okay, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do plus frame into throw. Next, I'm gonna throw baits. Next, I'm gonna throw again. Next, I'm gonna throw again. Next, I'm gonna throw baits. You can just kind of like pick them randomly out of a hat if you want, right? Yeah, I do have a guide on like, you know, how offense and defense works in this game in general. Narm is complicated-ish, but again, like no character is too hard to learn. You can play every character simply, Swifty. Throws do a fuck ton of damage in this game. Yeah, I mean 2.5k when people have 16,000 health. It's a decent bit of damage, and they loop into this. They give you really good Oki as well in this game. So that's the big thing. That's if I go for stagger pressure, I should be worried about getting. I should be worried about going to tick throw. Yes, I mean, in theory, yes, because stagger pressure and throws lose the same thing, which is like a really early mash, right? A really early mash beats both of them. It doesn't mean you should never go, you know, staggered plus frames to throw, but yes, in theory, on paper, they both lose to the same thing. So, yeah. On a basic level, when you are stagger pressuring them, you're conditioning them to mash, which will beat your tick throw. Anyways, that's the big thing, right? Like, honestly, besides that, we talk about mashing on defense. Blocking is good. If you want to block, you can brave counter instead of mashing, right? But yeah, the big thing was over and over and over again here. You go either plus frame into throw or plus frame into 5U, and it just doesn't do anything. You're just not threatening your opponents at all, right? So that's that. Like not even doing the whole thing, just going either close L into throw or close L into frame trap, like close L into close H or close M or something like that, is gonna do you wonders, right? Or even like close L into 6XL into far M or something would work out pretty well, or 6XL into far L, right? Just like frame trapping or throwing and mixing those two up. I think their offense too early. Yeah, 5U just doesn't do anything. It just doesn't do it. Like it just only do it if you actually just want to get away from someone for some reason, right? So if you find like Ladiva or something, maybe, but it just doesn't do what you want it to do. Okay, let's move on real quick here. This is Temp again. We talked about Temp a little bit before here. Yeah, Gran and Nier playing on patch 1.5 this time. So new patch, new Temp. Feel like I gotten better. I do feel like I need a second opinion. I'm repeating mistakes from last thread. Please tell me. General advice for matchup knowledge and mistakes I need to know for both characters. Need to learn more routes, work on certain parts of my flowchart or bad habits. All means enlighten me. Once again, thank you for your time. S+3 with Gran, S+4 with Nier. Okay, sure. Yeah, he edited this. This is, he's now S+3 with Gran, S+4 with Nier. Gotcha. People are giving him a lot of advice. Let's see. Gran versus Beatrix and Uno. Let's try and go through this and try and see what we're looking at. What makes people want to BC, in your opinion? Yeah, so it depends kind of who you're talking about. At a certain level, people BC because they don't want to block. In general, what makes people want to BC is non-cancelable options, right? So, yes, there's a point. What Yasuo was saying is kind of correct in the sense of like, if people just get sick of blocking, they'll BC. But realistically, what makes people want to BC if they know what they're doing a little bit more is things you can't cancel. So special move pressure, 6XLs, things like this are what make people want to BC. But to an extent, also, yes, it's panic. Stagger pressure can do that for sure, because stagger pressure is like, again, makes them like not want to block. It feels like your turns are going on for too long. If you just taking like sneaking in like all these plus frame specials and they don't react quite in time or something like that. Oki in general, people don't like. But also, I think it's important to note that sometimes getting your opponent to BC can kind of be like kind of a dub. It's because BC is so goddamn strong that running out of brave points really kills you. Not because you take more damage, because you can't BC anymore, right? So like taking their brave points, even though it can be kind of rough, because if you get counter hit brave counter, you get like Sense of the Shadow Realm, right? Just like taking one of their 3 brave points, the resources in this game are so strong that like playing like a resource game of attrition is not a bad idea, basically. Anyway, let's go here. I don't want to make this video too long if I can help it. Looking for a way for Narm to bait and punish BC. It's aerial into U flip for you, right? You can go like jump in into U flip. If you go like on Oki, like a jump H or whatever, like for a jump in button into U flip. If they BC, you teleport out and kill them. Ow. Why'd you get hit here? What happened? Oh, okay, just like spot dodge here. So sure. My boy Pilsen? True! TKEX flip as well, yeah. Can work. In general, too, you can bait BC by leaving gaps in your offense. Right? If you leave up and over here, what's going on, Oki? If you leave gaps in your offense, people might try to preemptively BC and get a Raging Strike and counter them for, but I've definitely had that happen too. Oh, baby. Okay, okay. I think if I remember correctly, Temp did do this sometimes too. He did do some unsafe boots every now and then. Looks like that still might be a little bit of the case. Yeah, sure. It's a tough spot. Okay. Interesting. You can both cancel your... You can cancel this 2U, right? You get this clash. You should go into, like... Not spot dodge. You should go into, like, you know... At the very least... I mean, you can cancel into anything because you clashed it. But you could at least cancel into, like, you know, a fireball or something from that distance, maybe. Or, like, even fucking boot. Why not? Maybe. Not the block confirms. Alright. I like the idea. You almost anti-aired there. You're just a little bit late. Yeah, this 6XL is getting spot dodge a lot. Spot dodge is to not get DP'd, I guess? I mean, who cares, kind of. Yeah, I don't think they were either of them wasn't in kill range on the DP. Ow. Ow. Back throw? Okay, sure. No fear. I see you. Yeah, outside of some very bold boots, this seems okay so far. I think the boots are a little bold, though. I think there's some very bold U boots and some very bold EX boots, as you might expect from a Gran. Okay. I like your patience on defense. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah. That, I mean, I think you saw it wasn't blocked. You just tried to hit confirm it, but you got a clash. You didn't react to the clash enough. It's kind of a weird situation. Yeah, like you didn't see the block, so you thought you hit them, but no such luck. I do like you're not just smashing your way out of the corner though. It's good defense. More replay review? Correct. Yeah. Okay. I like the staggered 6XLs. I like taking the turn back. Yeah, 5 Uing there, right? They respect you a bit. So you charge up. Frame trap's not going to work. Sure. Yeah, she has a minus after the auto combo, so you sticking out that 2L is good news, certainly. You want to be spot dodging that if you can, but sometimes easier said than done with other things you're worrying about with Beatrix. Yeah, like that right there, you want to spot dodge when you see it coming. You are surprisingly passive on defense, though. I mean, I will say from these distances, like, keep in mind you're, like, yes, I do like the patience, but now it's kind of like becoming, it went from patience to kind of passivity a little bit here, right? I mean, maybe you tried it right there. I couldn't tell the input log, but you do have 2U, right? 2U is kind of a war crime button for Gran on defense. It's a great low profile. It's really fast, and it's cancelable. So even if they block it, you're fine. The biggest problem is getting counter hit out of it, but, oh, okay, you got shimmied twice in a row there. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you don't think... The other thing you can do is if someone is just kind of sitting there and not, like, just kind of standing here and waiting, 2U's not going to reach from here. From this distance, this is where, like, you really want to be dash-L'ing out of the corner at people, right? Because if you do this, then they like, you know, they will basically have given up their turn for being too passive on their own offense, and that'll make them want to do more aggressive things on their offense, which then you can play a lot more of, you know, like your basic defensive game with them, right? Even like 2Uing them as on their way in and things like this, right? So from this distance where you can't really do very much, right? I think it's a good idea to, like, every now and then, even if you get hit for it, represent the idea that you're willing to dash L out of the corner. Is my general opinion there, I think. Yeah, because if you sit in the corner for long enough, this is a very Zim weighted situation, right? Eventually they're gonna kill you here. So, like, while being patient is good, being passive is not. You need to find your way out of the corner eventually. That's one of the reasons it is bad, is because, like, having to do something to get out of the corner is bad. That's scary. But not doing anything is worse. So you are forced into a bad situation where you have to find your way out, right? If you block forever, you're just gonna die. It is unfortunately a fighting game, not a blocking game. Blocking a good amount is good, but if they're just sitting there staring at you, you know, you gotta do something. And preferably not boot. Take a chance on run-up super jump? I'm sure, man, possibly. Just like, yeah, just don't down back there forever and just watch them, you know, eventually get the shimmy or the counter hit or whatever and kill you. What started this hit right here? Okay, I mean, you did try right there. Oh, okay, you lost the staring contest, understandable. And then here, oh, your 2M whiffed. Okay. Yeah. Slightly misspaced on your 2M right there, unfortunate. You just kind of got scrumbobulated after that. Skibbly dimpled. Okay, good brave counter. You're on only, there you get, see, 2U is great when people start getting in on you. You just have to make them want to do that by 6XLing them if they're too passive on their offense, right? You know how to use 2U. It's true. Nice. Whiff punish with boots. No conversion, though. I like the idea. It's a tough spot. Uno is one of the scariest characters in the game to be on chip against. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, is 2Ls whiffing? Sure. That's not good. I will say, this is like classic, like nobody plays Uno, so nobody knows. This is -8. This is punishable, right? Uno can't do this. This like I could show this screenshot to a bunch of like master players and ask them, you know, what is the frame data here, and most of them couldn't answer me. I don't think, because nobody cares about Uno at all. This is -8 though. This is punishable, right? So don't let him do this. You were also punishable there. Goddamn. Okay. That's also minus. Pretty much anytime you see Uno spinning on the ground, that's unless he's blue, he's minus. Everyone assumes the EX moves are plus. To be fair, most of them are, but not all. Okay. I feel like you could maybe, especially against Uno, I think you could throw a little bit more, no? I think you could throw a little bit more. I feel like I'm not seeing you, like you're doing a lot of plus frame into plus frame. Like funny enough, we found someone like Temp is almost on the other side of the triangle. Like he's oh god. Like he's not throwing very much, he's not frame trapping that much, he's just kind of doing plus frame into plus frame into like, you know, hope for the best on a boot or something. You gotta have all 3 sides of the triangle, man, or I guess all 4 sides of the cube. Throw baits are part of that too. Okay. That's a tough situation. That one's even more minus, I think. Uno could be stealth buff to top 1. People won't play him. He's pretty fucking close as is. He's not top 1, but Uno is genuinely one of the better characters in the whole game, I think, and nobody cares. Ow. Good U-booting. Solid U-booting, truly. Like, Uno is unironically, like, Uno's top 10, probably. Just nobody gives a shit. Nah, probably not. He's close. He's like top 11 or something. But. Ow. I'm legit thinking of playing him. Sure, man. The one guy cared to won a major in Japan? Yeah. Again, I'm not really a fan of tournament results as like an indicator of character strength. But it's, I mean, he certainly is good enough he can consistently win tournaments, I think, if he had the right representatives, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that round he kind of just got beaten up in the corner, sure. Yeah, I think, funny enough, another case where a big thing, again, I know I'm not gonna, we've already talked about it in this video, like, it's another case of sort of, one, on, like, in general, you're being a little too passive on defense, I think. You need to be like, this is a very common scenario that happens. I was just telling Nier to do this earlier, right? I was telling Nier to do this in the earlier replay review video. If someone is sitting in like this, okay, no, it's a little bit before this, right? If someone is sitting in like this distance, it's a very common thing in this game. Lots of characters have good buttons and like to do this in the corner. This is where you have to 6XL, right? And it's risky, but you have to. You can't just sit here because you will die eventually, right? So like a little bit too passive on defense. The other thing is honestly, I feel like you didn't do a lot of like again. We found someone like you have like the other 1/4 of the square. You do a lot of plus frame. Sometimes you do some frame traps, but you don't really throw or throw bait like ever, right? And I think you definitely could benefit a lot from that because your offense, you weren't getting a lot. Especially, by the way, if someone's got a parry reversal like Uno, throw suddenly has to go way higher up on your list because it beats the reversal. Right? We didn't talk about reversals at all in that little cube there, but if the reversal is to throw, then I mean, goddamn, man, throw is even better than it used to be. So I think you don't throw very. Did you throw at all? Maybe you did. Maybe I'm kind of underestimating you, but I think you didn't throw at all in these sets right here, right? But yeah, I think a little too passive on defense. You got to 6XL sometimes when they're spacing you out. And you also need to throw and throw bait and frame trap a little bit more, right? So the defender ideally have something they're looking to punish if they're playing passively on defense. The defender, as in the person in the corner, would super jump out, catch people by surprise there? It could. It can. That's more of like the gorilla option though, but you certainly can. That's not, yeah. The baseline option could be, you know, run up at 6XL and then you can jump at them jump over them otherwise. That's someone you're looking to punish? Sure, yeah, but I mean that's more so if your opponent is actually like doing things on their offense. If they're just like sitting there crouching a far H distance away, there's nothing you need to look for to punish. You at that point if they're not taking the initiative, you have to. Right? If you just sit there forever, you will die. Alright, Nier versus Versuja. We talked about this already before, but this is very much a, you know, Nier is one of the mid-range characters in this game. You want to try and find those hits in neutral and punish Versuja as hard as you can for finding that hit. Don't be too far, don't be too close. Oh, okay, sure. Minus on block right there. To you. Your lights are your friends, right? To you. If someone's a little bit minus, just hit like far L. Nier's a good far L too. A decent one, anyone. Okay, I like the 2-1-4 you there. Why not? Yeah. Very nice way to sort of insta-win yourself some neutral. Is this stream just to catch up on the backlog? No, we'll do some Eustace in like once we're done with this Nier video, and then we'll do some Geef at the end. We're doing replay reviews every Monday and Tuesday, I think. Gonna do an hour every day, roughly. We went a little bit longer this time, so I yapped a little bit too long, but the idea. We started like 5:15, we're gonna end at like 6:45 or something. And losses for Sujo when they played Anila, so true. Okay. I like how you kind of like, I do like how you're kind of maneuvering around Versuja's projectiles, I think, right? You're not just like walking into stuff, so that's good. You do want to spot dodge U-Pillar, of course. Otherwise, she's like 100 plus 175 million. Good block on the overheads. I feel like you're doing the right, you have the right idea with Nier, right? You are trying to find that mid-range. You're trying to get into the space that you like. Even if you messed it up a little bit there, like, you're trying to do the right thing. Did most of the Nier players just abandon her when she got her rework? She feels rarer online, even, yeah, not just tournament players either, like, even a lot of the, in, like, S Plus and stuff like that, I feel like I don't see her almost ever anymore. There's definitely, like, a lot of the best Nier still play Nier, for sure. But yeah, she also saw a bit of a fall off at higher level, no doubt. Ow. Okay. Oh, yeah, you don't want to spot dodge the Anitia. Especially with Pillar being down, right? So, like, this is kind of one of the things where, like, this may be a little advanced, but just in general, Pillar is down right now. So, there's nothing for you to spot dodge. Like, there's nothing you want to spot dodge, right? So, with Pillar being down, spot dodging loses to Anitia. So, you should not be thinking about that at all, essentially. Like, run up spot dodge here, there's nothing this beats. She got abandoned by other people who only played her because she was meta? I mean, like, you know, in parentheses, totally understandable. People say that to, like, be, like, derogatory sometimes. I don't think that's totally fine to play a character they were strong, and she's not strong anymore, so. Okay, sure. She is -4 after that far HH there, by the way. They chose to abandon a clingy yandere of all the characters. Ooh, I mean, I think you definitely could have killed them there, right? I feel like you definitely could have killed them there, but I'm not sure. I feel like Nier's definitely got the horses for that. Oh, baby. Okay, sure. Block this. Oh. I was like, block it out and punish them, but no. Oh, you just straight up hit them with the UDP. Yeah, why not, honestly? Makes sense. Alright. Fine, yeah, sure. I feel like so far I'm not really too upset with anything I'm seeing from the Nier, I think. On a basic level. Maybe, like, definitely need some better combos. Maybe you're playing a little bit too in his face as well. I always do think that my current conception of Nier is definitely that she is again more of like that kind of mid-range defensive character, get the hit and then kill your opponents. So like maybe again kind of similar to what the other Nier we were talking about, Jimmy Sai game right there, Glary Clyde. I think you could be a little bit more defensive. Like here it seems like you're almost like you're walking out of the good range for you, right? This is again Nier is a character. I think Nier is genuinely very hard to play now because the way to be good at Nier right now is to have good neutral, right? Which is not easy, because that is basically the only thing she has going for her at this point, is good neutral and very high reward off her neutral. So it is not easy to be good at Nier. So, like, I get it. But you have to, like, if you're gonna play Nier, you have to be very cognizant, I think, of the space that you are on the screen, and where your options are. Like, these are, you know, general neutral concepts, but they're very important for Nier, because it's her most important aspect, right? So, you have to be very cognizant of the space you are on the screen, and which of your options work and which don't, and which of your opponent's options work and which don't. And this is too far. Doesn't Nier still 50? No. Oh, Innie, you are... No. Nier lost her 50-50. She lost, like, a good amount of her damage. She lost the ability to Raging Strike. She lost her meterless DP. Now she is standard puppet character requires a brain. I'm sorry, that's a self-report. You don't know what you're talking about. That's okay. Don't worry about it too much. That is, I get it. Everyone hates Nier. She was too strong. I know, but that's a self-report. I think. Yeah, you're good though. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna call you out on it too much. But no, she's not standard puppet character that needs a brain. She's a weak character that they over-nerfed because people complain too much. Is what she is. I'm a casual. Fair enough. But yeah, no. I would not say that is. I would not say that's super accurate in my estimation. Self-report. Vote them out. They sus. Yeah. But yeah, so the point with all of this being that I don't think that what you're doing here, like walking back like here-ish, like where are you walking back to? Like why do you want to be like, this is not a good spot on the screen for you. You might be waiting to like 214U or something, right? But like that's not where you want to be, right? You want to be like, you want to be more like, you want to be like 2 to 3 Nier widths closer to them here, I think. Like walking back here, 1, corners you, 2, you're not getting to the spot on the screen you want to be on, be in as Nier, right? You want to be in that sort of like far H, 2M, 2U. Those are very different distances. Like, you know, that sort of general spacing right there. Ow. Versuta can be tough because she has good buttons too, but you're just like, at that point, you know, your good buttons and her good buttons can fight each other to death. At full screen, she just is going to projectile you. Yeah, you can like 2-1-4U or something, but you know, that's not going to win you the game every single time. It's very spot dodgeable, very rollable. From close enough, they can sort of punish you if they roll it too, right? So right now, I think the big problem is just, 1, your combos could be better, but again, unfortunately, I can't give you, like, specific Nier advice post 1.5 on combos. I just don't know how she combos anymore, like, what the good shit is. But 2, I think, yeah, just, like, you want to be very cognizant of, like, your spacing on the screen a little bit more when you're playing this character. Like, just like we talked about with the other Nier in the last replay review. I like the throw. I like the throw bait. Oh, I mean... It's weird. I feel like you're throwing and throw baiting. I think I remember saying this to you last time as well, Temp, when we did your other replay review. I feel like you throw and throw bait and do like stuff like that more on Nier than on Gran. It's almost like on Gran, I think you kind of convince yourself you can just kind of fuck it, we ball. But like it feels like you're thinking on your offense a lot more on Nier than you were on Gran, right? It's very interesting. Okay, sure. Okay, student staggered. Oh, yeah, 2U. I mean, 2U is cancelable, right? So. I saw some combos that spend most of the time not using death. Interesting. To deplete the gauge less? Yeah. I can see that. Okay, I like, yeah, 214H is the other, like your other very, very strong neutral tool that can work from, like, even further distance than any of your normals, right? It's got its own risks. If you get jumped over, you do just die, right? But definitely, like, that is a hell of a special move. That is a very nice special move for Nier right there. It's like a worse version. So think about it in terms of like neutral control. It's like a worse version of Siegfried H Fireball, right? That you can combo off of if it hits though, right? So 214H is a very good move on Nier certainly. Out of death is a tough play. I mean, this is probably where you do want to just like, yeah, like the Versuta playing so patiently there is actually great for you, right? Because you want to do nothing but waste time while you wait for death to come back, essentially. As he's a semi-functional puppet character that requires the power of God himself to play optimally. Nier, I will say, Nier is definitely closer to the balance that she should be at. I'm not gonna question that. She's less undertuned now than she was overtuned before she got nerfed, right? This I think on purpose went a little bit too far right there. Oh, far H. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Versutas do like to do this a lot, just like little notes. This far HH stuff, they do this shit all the time, and one of the big reasons they do it is that no one ever punishes them for this. This is unsafe in the corner. I've seen people like not punish this in tournaments, like even in the open bracket, I think a lot of the time, right? This is -4. When Versuta goes like this, hold on, far HH, this uppercut is -4 on block, and if she's in the corner, she doesn't get pushed back enough to be outside of throw range, right? So you just like back throw her. 33% through? Nice. For HH biggest throw punish, yeah, you can back throw her and then she's in the corner, you know, and you can take advantage of Versuta's kind of bad defense. You kind of flip the situation on its head entirely. But like, because no one ever punishes them, they will pretty much, if you ever see a Versuta far H, likelihood is, after this, the uppercut is coming, right? Almost certainly. Because you can't whiff cancel this, right? So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the Nier feels better than the Gran to me, honestly. I feel like you're playing better on Nier than you are on Gran. At least fundamentally, right? It's just that Nier requires better fundamentals to win with than Gran does. It's simply the reality of the matter, I think. Like, you were doing all right. I think that's, you know, obviously, like, Nier, unfortunately, is one of the characters where, because essentially, like, the thing about Nier is that you have to have good neutral and you have to have good reward on your neutral. Having bad combos is actually really bad for Nier. Like, in a lot of cases, I don't really ask people to have like super optimized combos or like good combos for a long time, right? But with Nier, it's kind of like the thing that she does. The thing, it's kind of like Abel, you know? Like, the thing that Nier does is do damage when she hits you in the mid-screen. That's her thing. That's the only thing she does, right? So, if you are hitting people in the mid-screen with Nier and not getting good damage, you're kind of not playing a character. You're playing a character with bad defense and low health who dies to Brave Counter and throw baits and doesn't do good damage? Right? So, big thing for Nier is definitely you have to just optimize your combos a bit more, and I'm sure lots and lots of Niers, and Luca has written you essays, things like that. There's way more qualified people to talk to than me about that, but it is definitely, I can say it's a problem. I just can't give you the solution. And the other thing is definitely being more cognizant of your spacing in the mid-range, right? And then for Granathan, we talked about the too much patience on defense, right? And the fuck it we ball boots. I think we kind of went over those already. I think those make sense. Yeah. I think that's about gonna do it for the replay reviews today. Went a little bit longer than I wanted to, just because these two here, this was 13 minutes of gameplay, and the Zeta was like 13 minutes of gameplay as well. But I think honestly, I'll take it. I think I made good time overall here. We'll play some Eustace in a second here on the stream. Try to get to S++ maybe today. Maybe. I mean, with the rank changes, if we play well, it's possible, certainly. But first, let me send the VOD watchers on their way. So hello, VOD watchers. Hi, hope you had a good time with the video. If you did, any kind of likes, subscribes, comments, bells, all of that good stuff helps out a great deal. You know how it be. I also stream every day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, except for Fridays. So be sure to come by and hang out on either Twitch or YouTube. I also have a Discord. You're looking at it. If you want to post replays, you can certainly do so. If you want to just come by and run matches and make friends and have a good community around you can do so as well. Just if you do join, be nice, or I'll shoot you in the head in Minecraft. Most importantly, hope you had a good time hanging out today, as always. I know I sure did. Always fun replay reviewing and trying to explain things in an understandable way, right, based on the different skill levels and stuff like that. But yeah, having a lot of fun with Granblue. Gonna be a lot more coming your way, and until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.